developer. They've been in the game for over 20 years, so they have that experience. They're the pioneers of the community. And you know, the vision is finally starting to come together. You know, first, you know, with the parking lot, then they developed Gramercy, Southside, Express, and now the last phase of their building is Express 2. So the community is slowly getting built up, and it's exciting. The reason why we're excited about this one in particular, because the courtyard actually, you're familiar with the neighborhood and the growth in the neighborhood as well.
Yeah, please introduce the neighborhood and then.
Okay, great. So I'll just go over everything with you. So just so you know, like how we're situated here. Express is right here, right in the midpoint of the Yonge University line. So what that means is you can access the Vaughan Metropolitan Center in 17 minutes. You have York University just 11-minute subway ride away. You have access to downtown, you know, right at Union Station, just 28-minute subway ride. And then of course, not only that, but if you were going, if you weren't even commuting on the subway line, you have that direct access to the Allen Road, which takes you right to the 401. And so no matter where you're going north, you're going south, east, west, you have that express access. And what we really like to focus on is, you know, this neighborhood in general is going through that regeneration. And it's not just Malibu contributing to the regeneration, it's actually the city of Toronto that has a major focus on the growth of the North York neighborhood. So we wanted to really show, you know, the future of what's really going to be coming. So you have Express 2 here that's located in the Wilson Tippett Master Plan community. So as you see, it's the development has already started here. But not only that, you have the Yorkdale Block Master Plan. There's going to be hotel, residential units, an extra 2 million square feet of office space. You have, you know, the 500 acres here of Downsview land. So the city's just pumping money into development in this neighborhood. You have the residential neighborhoods surrounding it that are being approved for more development, more growth, more building. And most importantly, we have this parking lot right to the north of us on Wilson Avenue. So we're just south of Wilson, so just north. That's going to be a master plan in itself. I believe 6 buildings developed by Tridel. And they're actually coming out end of this year, beginning of next year, and I think we all know confidently that they're probably going to come in at a little bit of a higher price point than us, of course. So you have that growth happening all around you. You have that direct access to the subway as well, no matter what. What we really wanted to focus on too was the fact that it is a transit-oriented development. So you have that express access to the subway, which takes you to the Ghost Transit Station, which takes you to the LRT lines, Finch West LRT, Eglinton LRT, subway line, surface bus routes. You know, you have all that access, but it's also a walkable neighborhood. So as the community is being built, they're building the parks, the pathways, everything so that you don't have to take the subway. You can walk to Costco, you can walk to Yorkdale if you wanted to. There's also a big focus on, you know, pedestrian bike riding. There's lots of bike paths, bike storage, that sort of thing. You have that connectivity right to downtown as well. So yes, you're in North York, but just a quick subway ride and you're right in the heart of the economic epicenter of Toronto. And then, sorry, they're just taking a photo, so I don't want to interrupt, but this is it's a grander scale of where we're located. So I think the most important thing to focus on, yes, we're in North York, but you have that city amenities, like you have downtown, you have Yorkdale, you have the quick 11-minute ride up to York University. But York University is growing. But the thing is that as they continue to grow, the one thing they don't have is the housing. They're not building the housing for the students. They're relying on developers to provide that housing availability for students. So where are most students gonna go? They're gonna go probably Vaughan, or, you know, but here you have the same value price-wise, but you have all of the amenities beside you. So whether you're a student, whether you're a long-term buyer, you have that connectivity right to York, but you also have all of the amenities of the city living. So you have the city living, you have the urban or the suburban amenities as well, because you have Costco, which is the only Costco in North York. That's a 3-minute walk. You don't even have to drive.
3-minute walk. Okay.
Yeah, so what it happens is Wilson subway station, they have an underground pathway.
So here, walk to Wilson subway station, only 4-minute walk, right?
Yeah, well, it's actually shorter. It's under
Shorter.
2 minutes, because I'll show you here on the
Okay,
building.
sure.
So Express 1 is being built right here. This is the north side, south, east, and this is west. So we're actually on the spot where Express 2 is going to be built. To the west, all the way towards those buildings and the entrance at the Wilson subway station is the Wilson Tippett Park. So our Express 2 building actually, our courtyard actually opens up to the Wilson Tippett Park, which means you don't even have to walk on a main road to get to the subway. You're walking through this park path, the subway entrance is right
Oh
there.
yes, I remember when we saw in phase 1. Actually, we took 4 minutes to walk there because we have to cross.
You have to cross around.
Cross around,
Here,
yeah.
that's why you have that less than 2-minute walk.
2 minutes.
Yeah,
Just
it's
only
gonna
2
be
minutes
shorter,
to
but
subway.
We want to give you enough time,
Wow.
but it's actually 2 minutes away.
Unbelievable, right? So close.
So
It's
close.
You don't even have to walk on a main road. You're walking through the park. That's the courtyard right there.
Yes.
So as the development's going on all around, you know, you have the development just north of Wilson Station. They have to walk on that main road to get into the subway station. They have to cross a major road. Whereas here, you just walk to the park. You have the 2 towers. You have
Yep.
the south tower, 16 stories. You have a north tower, 13 stories. There's a total of 383 units. You can see it's a very unique building size design. So you have a wide array of floor plan availability. So they're very similar, you know, really good use of space. But there's many varieties. So you get that uniqueness. You have, no matter which side of the building you are, yes, okay, the west side you're looking at the park, but no matter where you are, you have the light. There was enough light studies done, so it doesn't matter where you're situated in the building. You're gonna have that light, you're gonna have that, the distance between the buildings is significant, so it's really great in that way. So you have the amenities on the ground floor, but you also have, that's the Sky Lounge. So in the middle there, that's the 7th floor Sky Lounge where residents can enjoy private for residents. They didn't want to go to the park. And not only that, you actually do have some of the views of the city as you're looking out on the 7th floor terrace. So it's a really nice spot that is designed really nicely in that way. But also, like, you have the access to the park, which is there's going to be kids playground, splash pads, you have outdoor workout areas, you know, bike paths. It's really just a community pedestrian kind of focus. So you can see we're still in that phase 1 of the process now, but by the time this is ready, it's really going to tie in the community together. Yeah, of course, please.
So the community is covered are kind of where we are standing.
Yes.
So the park, the park just goes to that?
It connects all the way from in between those 2 buildings, so from here all the way out. So these 2 buildings as well have that, they're marketed to the park as well.
This building is,
Yes.
so the park is on the other side of this?
No, it connects in between. So they have access to the park on the east side, where we have access from the west side.
Here.
Yes, exactly. So it really ties in, because this land is, the park is being developed by the city of Toronto. Where they got the land, Malibu, the developer donated it to the city. So it's benefiting not only the residents of Express, but the residents in the community as
What
well.
building is right here?
I forgot what this is called, but I believe Chevy, right?
Chevy,
Yeah.
Chevy,
So,
Chevy.
and the good thing about these buildings, I like to think, it's a sound barrier. So you have that sound barrier from the highway. You don't hear anything. We're in here now. Alan and Floyd Penn, you don't hear.
This is Chevy over here.
Yeah. So in total, the phase 2 Express 2 is how many units is
There's going to be
releasing?
approximately 383 units.
So
383 units.
Starting from junior 1 bedrooms up to 3 bedrooms. And what's really great about the junior 1 bedrooms is the sleeping areas are separated. So it's not a traditional studio. That's why we call it junior 1 bedroom. They can't technically be 1 bedrooms because it doesn't meet the requirements. But it's larger. They're around 400 square feet. And you have that separate living space. So that's really nice. And then you also have the 1 bedroom dads that have 1 or 2 bathroom options as well. So you really have that kind of wide variety to choose from.
Understood.
Yeah.
What would increase the dollar per square footage we're expecting?
You know what? Because we're still haven't even finished finalizing the floor plans, pricing. We're just like working around the clock to get that done. So you guys are very early, right at the beginning. But you know, if you look around, like in a community like Vaughan, we're similar price. So you have those suburban prices, but in this Toronto boundary. So it's going to come in well. Like,
等我細聲講少少嘢。
properly.
呢個 building 咧係好近嗰個室圍嘅出口，呢個係一個賣點嚟嘅。
Well, I believe they're pretty well priced. The only
咁你頭先聽到嘅啦，有一啲係 junior 嘅 one bedroom，
This community was Malibu has been a pioneer in this community, so they've been planning it since 2013. Because of the rules have changed. If you're building a building now by a subway, you're limited.
咁暫時咧呢度啦個 floor plan pricing 咧都未有，因為我哋係第一批人入嚟聽佢哋做 presentation 嘅。咁呢度 total 係有384個單位。咁佢隔離咧就係 Yorkdale Mall 啦嚇，咁中意買嘢咧真係好方便。
much more valuable asset, I think.
So 2 minutes walk to a subway, exactly, roughly how many meters?
That's a really good question. I don't know because I wanted to get the exact dimensions of the park, so I'm working on that with the city to figure it out. But once we know that, I'll know exactly how far the subway is because the subway is right here. You can see it. So like in between those two
from the building you
buildings.
walk to that corner.
Yeah, like I'm not really good with
So basically here, you see that the building over there? Right? So on the other side, behind the building,
Yeah, it's behind the building.
So I would say a couple.
Yeah. So it's
meters.
very.
It's very close. Like you'll see, like if you walk out, because there's a fence here now, of course, but it's gonna be gone. But once the fence is gone, you will be able to see. But if you're just on the other side of the fence outside this building, you can see the subway entrance.
Oh, okay.
What's your name again?
I'm Ashley.
Ashley.
Yes.
So Ashley, so you previously mentioned the studio size,
Yes.
the design. So it's a very similar, can use as 1 bedroom.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So
Oh,
like
that's good.
because it's in this
It's like a
separate
divider
corner,
in the
you
middle,
put a
right?
sliding door. and
Oh,
it's
okay.
completely
I saw
closed off.
okay.
So the
咁頭先嗰位小姐講咧，就算話最細嘅單位咧，都設計到好似一個 one bedroom 咁樣嘅。
because our parking ratio is pretty good. It's not 1-to-1, but for the neighborhood, it's really good.
This parking garage can be connected to the.
I think so, yes. Yeah, so I believe we're gonna enter through the express one and drive under. I believe.
Maybe what specific unit type that is
Yeah, what are you interested in?
I'm big and it's all based on price point, but I'm always looking at the two.
Yeah.
Like the two bedroom house. Yeah, just because it's as you said for students, they could have two students in there.
I've gotten a sneak peek, of course. They're not finalized of the floor plans, but I was really impressed with the use of space. You'll see, because you're familiar with Express, so you know, anytime Cornerstone has its influence, it's really like a maximized use of space.
I know the Cornerstone gonna
Oh yeah,
influence the design of the layout, efficiency, and
of course.
very important.
Yeah, you've seen the plans before, you know, like they're very,
Cornerstone do those as well?
yeah. So, well, we worked together, you know.
So you
it's
don't
not-
have any example floor plans today?
By the end of the week, we'll send it to you guys. You guys are, you know, one of our top brokers, so we're gonna send it to
咁
you
啊
as
標
soon
打
as
咧
we
就話
get
盡
it.
量咧
We're gonna send you a sample
uh,
plan, so you'll get an idea, and that's why I wanted to express to you, like, even if even if you see a plan, you might not get that exact plan, but it's gonna be very similar, very similar.
So these,
因為疫情翻嚟咧，戴住口罩講嘢咧，就可能你哋好聽唔清楚。
Right.
the marching footprint.
Yeah, well, is that how
如
you
果你對
pronounce
呢個
it?
地
I
方
really read it, so okay.
呢個社
Yeah,
小
and
社
then
區
there's
近
that
咗
other
對呢
building
個小
that
社區有興趣咧，可以打電話俾我416。
But it's a big space away. If you have that space, they're really particular because of the city has this whole regeneration plan.
個 presentation 仲未完嘅
They're。so particular, making sure there's enough space and the light, and they really made it important that this community is built.
This is one of the biggest regeneration with the regulation plan for the government.
Exactly. They're pumping so much money. Just along Wilson, when you come in, they're pumping another $2 million just to do the sidewalks, make it more appealing. You know, flowers. Just,
How many low income units are
well, because this was before, it's not part of that. But there is, I think, a certain amount of units. It's called a transfer, so it's not affordable housing. You're still paying the same amount. You have to qualify, so the prices aren't any cheaper. They're the same. You just don't have to put as much down, and you have to. It's kind of like the city kind of carries them if they are approved, right? You have to meet certain requirements. You have to be employed. You have to have, you know, it's just for the people that don't have that down payment right away.
When we started the phase one, at that time, we had no, this not the law.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. You see how fast everything
Yeah,
is.
as you mentioned, the Tridel, you're gonna be on north of
Right.
the Wilson.
So what is going to be, where's the Tridel project?
The Tridel is just north of the, this is called a.
You'll see when you exit, there's a big parking lot. It's gonna be there. I can show you on the map.
Yeah, show you on the
Take a
map.
better look. So here, we're here. This is like the road you kind of come in. We're right here.
Right,
Try to-
And then so this is Wilson here.
right.
And then so it's right at the corner of the Allen and Wilson. This parking lot.
Oh, that's the Tridel.
Yeah.
project is right there, right?
Yes.
Okay, so close, so
There's
close.
gonna be like
So how-
600 and something units residential.
yeah.
I don't know. I just saw on the approval, the city approval plan. Yeah.
So how does that compare to here?
Well, first of all, they're coming in later than us. Their price per square foot's gonna be much higher than ours. So it's just gonna increase the values of
yes.
the neighborhood,
The-
which we appreciate.
So actually you mentioned this can even walk to Yonge, right? So
You can. So even if you exit, you can
Nice.
cross.
how is the walking path gonna be?
Well, I believe there's sidewalks that you can't see that go through the underneath the highway, but you can actually cross through the Wilson subway, there's an underground. I haven't walked it yet. I'm going to because I want to be able to really understand.
experience that.
Yeah,
'cause
because
I-
I've never heard of it either.
Yeah, so I've walked like around here, but I want to go on this side and kind
So
of go
there is,
south.
so there
It's
is.
underground.
There is
I
an
think so.
underground
I
path.
think so.
Yeah,
It's
and I
underground,
just-
correct.
Yeah, so I have to do it myself,
嗱，
but I
大
know
家
you
聽到啊，嗱，
can
遲啲度
access.
咧，血拼好地方
There's an underground path that goes all the way underground.
Under-
，all the way,
here,
all the way, because
And
there,
then down, I believe.
yes, because you can see right here at the smart center too.
Right.
So Tony, you see how where the path is? You have experience on that?
Parking, parking.
Do we know how big the entire master plan is?
Well, this is the areas they're focusing on right now. So the city's pumping, millions of dollars into the Downsview land. So there's going to be, I think it's over 500 acres, 200 to 300. I think it's 291 acres of it is just going to be greenery, like parks and that sort of thing. And then of course they're going to do the office and employment. And then so they're actually adding just in this neighborhood alone, I believe, 35,000 jobs. So it's a big plan in this Allen district here. They've been approved, I believe, 3,500
即係如
residential
果
units.
聽到呢位小姐講咧，
The average homes here are going now what 1.8.
阿柴 Del 大哥嚟啦，一嚟咧
ish.
跌到
So
個價
this
錢
is
就
going
起
to
啊
be！ another 3,500 units. There's also approval here for residential in the Shepherd Chestwood neighborhood. The William Baker, you have residential here. And Stanley Green, also another
And also the
residential.
Downsview.
And Downsview Park, of
Downsview Park
course.
right now is the major driven.
Yes.
Yeah.
You see, and but the good thing, you can't get much better. Like you have your two subway stops closer to downtown, right?
Yes.
So it's a really, this is a great nook here.
So when in the property actually is just 2 minutes away from the subway station, that's the testimony of the guarantee of the appreciation. Yeah, you're 18% or at least 20% more than the price, not
Exactly.
this proximity distance.
Exactly. We're proud to say that we're the closest to the subway.
Yeah.
The one that makes selling feature, yeah.
That's the key. That's
Right,
the
like
key
you
success.
can't, that alone, Toronto being close to a subway, and you see the developments going all around the city. They say, 2-minute walk to the subway. You're
Right.
at Sherbourne.
You don't-
Is that really 2 minutes? I don't know, right?
You don't, when you go to the walk the downtown, right? Even go to City of U of T, and no matter your university, you just walk to the subway. You no need a car for your transit. Yeah.
Exactly, and the thing is also, many developments are focused on, one niche of buyers,
Yeah.
either students or whatever, but this is actually, we hit so many different targets, end users, investors, for the York University, for students, just in general, we have that kind of family feel as well. Like if our amenities are really basic, we have the kids' playroom. It's actually larger than the one in Express. We have like the amenities that long term end users are really looking for. So we really wanted to make sure that we touch for everyone. It's not just an investor building. This is a building where people really want to live long term.
So the phase 1 and phase 2 is connected by
The podium, yeah.
the podium connected.
Yes. So there's going to be, I don't know if they're going to do like a north and south tower, but there are the separate elevator banks. So you have the two for this building, you have the two for that. And so also, you have the amenities on the ground floor are going to be along here. We have retail along this side of the building here, the north side.
Oh, so we have the unit starting from this portion of the podium there.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's considered as the phase 2.
Well, we're actually releasing, we're not doing all of the units as the first round, but both towers are going to be available. So whether you get on the north or the south, they're being all released at the same time.
Same time. So that
Yeah, and then, Malibu is such a seasoned developer. You have they've had their strategic plan, like how they
如果對呢一個 project Express Two 有興趣，可以直接打電話俾 Tony 啊，416-738-3662，416-738-3662。因為個錄影時間都差唔多㗎啦，成半個鐘頭。